Unpredictable encounters, dramatic fights, and incredible rescues. Animals and human interactions are always filled with a lot of surprising events. Hang on while we bring you some of these insanely amazing animal moments that would be hard to believe if they were not caught on camera. Vets treat elephant. The increasing pollution not just affects humans, but it is also influencing the lives of the wild animals. One such case is of this elephant, who accidentally ingested liters of plastic, and not being able to digest it, it ended up in the hands of the vets. The elephant was suffering with severe stomach aches due to the excessive amount of polythene in its stomach. So the first step was to remove the harmful fluid. While these people managed to remove it quite easily, the veterinarian here faced difficulty performing a similar job. See how the whole waste emptied right on the vet's face. Man rescues shark. Nothing can beat the epic rescue that took place here. A man was out there fishing when he spotted a thresher shark stranded on the coast. Instead of leaving the predatory animal right there, the guy deliberately put his life in danger, wrapped his arms around the shark, and went towards the deep waters. But that was not the end of this heroic stunt, as even when the shark showed slight movements in the water, the dude continued to hold it until the water filled its mouth. He did it to revive the shark's breath and then let the shark go back into the wild. Giraffe chase safari vehicle. Giraffes are not innocent animals anymore, because now, surviving the wildest injuries, feeding on carcasses, and now pursuing humans, they have shown their true selves. Tourists in Kenya's safari park were enjoying their visit when this long-necked animal appeared out of nowhere. And frustrated at the visitors, it began the never-ending chase. They even tried to trick the giraffe, but no plan was working. Well, how they escaped the animal is still a mystery, but they somehow managed to get rid of the charging animal. Gorilla protects toddler. You might think of gorillas as aggressive animals that would not waste a second to strike at a presumed predator. I won't say you're wrong, as they are often seen attacking when they feel threatened. But here, when a 3-year-old boy accidentally fell into the gorilla enclosure, it did something entirely opposite of the expected behavior.
Now watch as the giant gorilla tenderly approaches the boy and pats him on the back.
Instead of attacking, it dealt with the child quite gently. The massive ape even left the kid's side of the enclosure to allow the rescue. And just like that, they rescued the boy from the gorilla's cage. Dozen of shark babies. If it was not for the guy performing an immediate surgery, the shark's babies would not have survived. A fisherman hauled a deceased shark off the coast of Florida, and just when he was about to dispose of its carcass back into the sea, he noticed movement in the body. The guy understood the assignment and quickly performed a C-section on the carcass, which was successful as dozens of babies emerged and spread over the boat. Although the mother could not survive, the fisherman made sure that they were all right before sending them into the ocean. Hippo emerges from water. When the kids bathing in the river did not notice the huge animal disguising in the water, it decided to make its presence visible and peeked its massive head from the depths. Alright, let me rewind this clip for you. There they are, the kids splashing water, and in the next moment, the hippo emerging from the exact spot. Although the intentions of the camouflaging animals were quite clear, the kids did manage to escape it on time. Protesting orcas. If it was not for these orcas banging their heads in protest, no one would have ever understood what they were going through. At first, an orca in a Spanish zoo was seen smashing its head against the glass walls.
To be free in the ocean. Here she is.
It continuously hit the enclosure's borders with full force to show its frustration and send the message to the whole world. Another such orca was also captured in a different zoo. It too was banging its head in aggression. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Why did they do this? It's simple. They needed their natural habitats. These orcas had been kept in captivity for years. But luckily, soon after the videos circulated the internet, many wildlife authorities took action against the zoos, and they at last returned to the oceans where they truly belong. Hangry seal. Whatever you may do, never come close to a hungry seal, or you might end up like this guy. A seal came out of the water to feed on the deceased fish, but a seal calmly feasting on a fish? All this seemed quite hard for the guy to digest, so we decided to interrupt it. But called sea lion for a reason, it showed the man who the real boss is, and forced him to step back. Which he did, and the frustrated seal returned to the water after finishing its meal. Man versus crocodile. I think we all know that crocodiles don't admire encounters with humans, but I didn't have any idea that they despise us this much until I saw these clips. At first, see this guy who was so busy filming the alligators that he did not pay attention to the approaching danger. But observing it for a long time, the crocodile lurking in the water picked out the perfect opportunity to strike at the man. It was about to grip his jaws on the guy's leg when he took a small jump backward and protected himself from the brutal end. If you think that was just a coincidence, watch this. The croc here was sure about its intentions. It only wanted to grab the cameraman's foot and pursued it for some time before giving up.
Which way are you going?
Okay, this is the last one. See how the gator was about to get its jaws on the man when the camera came in the way and saved the poor man. Leopard bites shoe. An explorer was visiting the wilds of Africa when he encountered a leopard. Not any encounter, but it was actually face to face with the apex predator. The leopard calmly approached the guy, sniffed his shoes, and gently scratched them with his paws. Till this moment, the explorers assumed that the leopard was actually interacting with the man. It was when the curious cheetah bit the outsole of his shoe that the team got to know his real intentions. They instantly turned on the engine to scare away the young animal and forced it to go back into the wild. Crooked neck deer. Why does it always have to be a deer behind every strange incident? This time, it was a man from Nevada who captured this bizarre-looking deer emerging from the bushes. It looked like a usual deer with a severe neck injury at the beginning, until the man showed the prior clip. See the buck hopping around the car with its neck perfectly placed. So what changed in these split seconds? Was it another buck or something else? Here, another man captured another buck in the wild, but with a similar condition. This buck was from the wilds of Idaho. It too had a broken neck, but despite the injury, the deer was living a healthy life. Dolphin seeks help. No matter how much these animals avoid interaction with humans, they know who to reach in the most desperate hours. This bottlenose dolphin's fin was entangled with a fishing line, and when it is a fin that's trapped, it means the dolphin is unable to move properly. Therefore, circling around the diver, it showed its discomfort and kept coming closer. Once the man realized the dolphin's intention, he began the rescue. He cut the entangled line and saved the dolphin from a miserable end. Rhino smashes car. Before you all start panicking, let me just assure you that the car was empty. A rhino spotted this abandoned car in the wild and instantly considered it a threat. What he did next was enough for everybody to realize that encounters with rhinos should be avoided at any cost. The mighty animal literally rolled the car over as if it did not weigh a pound. The rhino was determined to break the car into pieces when another car appeared and removed the mad rhino, eventually ending its insane power show. Thresher shark flips. Thresher sharks are known for their strengths, but this man decided to risk his life by holding one in his hands. Well, he paid for his stupidity instantly.
Was that a release and a grab?
Because just when he was about to hold the massive catch in his hands, the shark did a backflip. See how only a slight movement with its tail was enough to shift the man to the water. Just that easily. The Thresher showed the fisherman to never mess with it again. Thankfully, the guy saved himself and returned to the boat. Choking pelican. Meet the bird with the most unpredictable mouth. Now, let me explain why I said this. Here, watch a pelican swallowing a seagull. A duckling was not a problem at all, and you already know the fate of this pigeon. But here, this huge-mouthed bird might have overestimated its abilities, as it was captured struggling because of a small fish. The pelican somehow managed to get a fish stuck in its throat, and it was choking when a man noticed it.
Yeah. We're saving the pelican!
He finally removed the fish from its throat and saved the bird from a miserable end. Bare hand rescue. This guy did not care for his own life and grabbed the stranded fish from his bare hands. It was a guitar fish that got stranded on the rugged shore, which also became the reason for its many failed attempts of returning. The struggling shark was at last spotted by this guy, who instantly held the whopping animal in his hands and gently dropped it back into the water. The fish, although hesitated a little in the beginning, soon gained consciousness and returned to the safety of the water. Massive whale flips. Surprise might not justify what this whale did to the tourists, because emerging out of the deep water, it lifted its massive body and flipped, leaving a huge splash of water for the tourists. It was a humpback whale that was already breaching near the ship. So right when the guy decided to set his camera, it came outside and was about to land on the boat, when thankfully, it didn't, but gave the onlookers a moment to cherish forever. Pearl of Cobra. Cobras might be dangerous for you, but not for this guy, who deliberately catches them. Only for one purpose: to extract the black stone from the top of its head. This black stone is of great importance for the South Asian people. They use it as a folk medicine to treat snake bites, which are quite common in the region. Well, that's not the only purpose of the cobra's bone, as it is also part of some spiritual rituals, as locals believe that the stone is effective to ward off evil spirits. But there are some people who believe that it's just the work of snake charmers. These people intentionally insert the stone inside the snake's head and then take it out to lure people. Shark-chewed boat. The only mistake these guys made was to ride on an inflatable boat. The rest was done by these wild jaws. It happened off the coast of South Africa when a group of tourists were out there to explore the Mossel Bay. But things took an unexpected turn when one of the guys noticed a great white shark emerging from the depths. Excited at their find, the crew began filming the massive shark. Well, that's when it disclosed its true intentions and bit one side of the boat. The boat burst and began to sink. Luckily, the shark lost interest before it could cause any more damage to the boat, and the rest of the crew members safely returned to the shore. Octopus strikes man. Long gone are the times when octopuses were reserved in front of the people, because now they can literally pick up a fight right after they spot one. And not just one, I've got a list of such encounters. Watch this one first. A diver was exploring the depths of the water when an octopus got hold of his camera equipment. The more he tried to get rid of the strong arms, the more strongly this octopus wrapped them around the diver. But this dude right here did not even dare to go near the octopus and came back with one clinging to its back. Starting a never-ending struggle, the octopus literally got the guy's back, but at last went back into the water and left him alone. Tiger shark ambushes. Here I have another one of the epic encounters from the deep seas. This time, it happened in the Fiji waters when a diver was busy exploring the mesmerizing world of the deep sea. He did not realize that a shark was lurking among the sea of fish. It was only when he faced the massive animal that he got to know what was happening. The shark was about to grab the diver's head when other divers spotted the predator. Defending themselves with a fishing spear, they eventually saved themselves. Octopus versus shark. Once considered the most brutal predators of the underwater world, sharks are now losing their status, being defeated by the tiniest creatures. This time, it broke all records after losing to an octopus. This incredible battle took place in an aquarium in Seattle when a shark accidentally entered an octopus's territory. That's all it had to do, because benefiting from the situation, the octopus grabbed the shark and crushed its rank after it munched on the deceased shark. Grouper swallows shark. It all began when a fisherman captured a 4-foot shark off the coast of Florida. It was a black-nosed shark that the fisherman caught after a long struggle. But what he assumed to be the end of it was actually the beginning, as there were 3 groupers that were waiting in line for the fisherman's catch. One thing you must know about the groupers is that they are opportunistic scavengers and normally don't chase prey for long. Therefore, once they spotted a nice meal, one of them came for it and took the shark away from the guy's reach after it snapped the fishing line. Elephant charges at man. Either the camera filmed a superhuman or the elephant recognized the guy from somewhere. Because if not, how would you explain the incident that just happened here? A photographer was capturing the elephant in the wild when things took an unexpected turn. The tusker moved towards the guy, and what felt like a potential attack suddenly changed into a mild interaction between the two. The only thing the guy had to do was to raise a hand, and just like that, the elephant stopped right on his face and quickly turned his back, as if he never saw the guy, leaving the spectators with many unanswered questions. Fish frozen in time. This video has been circulating the internet for all the right reasons. It begins with a woman filming the large aquarium filled with several fish.
They're literally What's going on?
It's when she moves closer to the water, the camera captures the immobilized fish. Not just 1 or 2, but all of them, still as if in a trance.
Why are they standing still?
Are fish real?
What is going on?
Although the reason behind this troubling incident remains a mystery to date, people believe that either the water in the aquarium is contaminated or the fish have ingested something poisonous that caused them to behave strangely. But do let me know what you guys think. Man ditches alligator. This man hauled a massive fish out of the water, but did not realize that his catch had attracted an alligator. It was after he reeled in the fish, the ambushing predator made its first appearance. The gator came straight for the man. Assuming that the predator is after his catch, the fisherman left the fish there and ran. It was not the fish, but the alligator was actually after the man. Watch how it appeared again and surprised the man. But this time, he managed to escape the predator and save his life. Shark attacks shark. This diver just protected himself from a sudden shark attack when he noticed some more appearing from the sea. The guy was not so deep in the waters when a shark appeared out of nowhere and began striking the enclosure. It was when he decided to let go of the expedition and go back to the surface that he spotted another shark emerging in the depths. Pausing everything to see its remarkable size, he was left stunned when another 4.5-meter-long tiger shark appeared and bit the other shark. The short fight ended in both of them sinking deep down. Although the camera barely captured the incredible encounter, it became a once-in-a-lifetime experience for the explorers. Elk tripped. Okay, so one thing is for sure. One can never predict the outcome if it involves an animal from the elk family. Here, a man captured a herd of elks crossing the fence lines. Everything was normal, and then they crossed the road and jumped over the fences. But one of the herd members miscalculated the time of the jump and distance, and it tripped. Although that should not be a problem for the massive elk, it suddenly became one, as the mighty animal lived its last breaths right on the ground. When observed closely, it kind of looked like the elk was struggling, but after I searched the whole thing, it turns out that the elk died on the spot, and the movements were just its muscle spasms. Open discussion. It's time for today's open discussion. This picture's been circulating the internet for quite some time now, and I think I'm right to assume that this was a bull shark caught attacking a tourist boat. It was a little hard to believe in the picture, but after I did some research, I came to know that it really happened. But probably at a film set, as Universal Studios can be seen written on the boat. In reality, there have been many encounters of bull sharks with people in the Mississippi River and in the open oceans. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.